Hello everyone, welcome to Money Nook. In this video, let's talk about Section 80C and most importantly, let's see how you can earn an additional 2.8 crore rupees using this Section 80C. If you are someone who is already familiar with Section 80C, then I would suggest you to skip the introduction part and straight away move to how to earn 2.8 crore rupees using this Section 80C. Now, what is this Section 80C about? Section 80C is a provision given to us by the Income Tax Department to claim tax exemptions. If you are someone who has invested in any of the schemes that are listed on the screen, such as EPF, VPF, NPS, Sukanya Samruddhi Yojana, Senior Citizen Savings Scheme, so on and so forth, or if you have a home loan and if you are repaying the principal amount of that home loan, then you can claim a tax exemption of up to 1.5 lakh rupees under this Section 80C. I repeat again, a tax exemption of up to 1.5 lakh rupees under this Section 80C. But there is a caveat here. You can claim this exemption only if you are filing your income tax under old tax regime. If you are filing it under new tax regime, then you cannot claim this exemption. I have put up a detailed video about old regime versus new regime and how to pick which is beneficial for your particular case. Do check out more details there. Now coming back to Section 80C, let's check out what are the returns each of these schemes generate. As you can see on the screen, most of the schemes give us a return of around 7 to 8% on an average per year. NPS and ELSS are the exceptions which give us a return of around 10 to 15%. That is because both of these schemes are linked with the market. Means their returns are linked with your stock market, bonds, etc. and hence they are able to generate higher returns. So if we put these two schemes aside, rest all give us an average return of around 7 to 8%. When you look at these details, it might not seem lucrative for you to invest into these schemes because when market is giving us a return of around 10 to 15%, probably you would not want to park your money in these schemes, right? But what if I tell you that on top of this 7 to 8%, you will be able to get 2.8 crore rupees by investing in Section 80C. Maybe your decision will change. But before changing your decision, let's check out how we are able to get additional 2.8 crore rupees using this Section 80C. I'll take you through this working using Anand as an example. First, you have to enter your own income tax slab details here. As Anand is in the 30% tax bracket, I have put down 30% here. Similarly, you can put down your own tax slab details here. Once you have entered the tax slab, let's have a look at the table below. First, current age of Anand and the current year are written, followed by the total amount that he has saved under Section 80C. So Anand is claiming a tax exemption of 1.5 lakhs under Section 80C. As he is in the 30% tax bracket, he is able to save 46,800 rupees in tax plus cess, and this is an additional saving. Why I call this as an additional saving is because if he is not claiming this tax exemption under Section 80C, he would need to pay this amount to the income tax department. As he is avoiding tax, this is an additional saving. Now Anand decided to invest the additional amount that he is able to save in equities and equity mutual funds. The historical returns for shares or equity mutual funds is between 10 to 15%. So taking that into account, he is estimating that he will be able to generate a return of around 12%. So I have entered the details here as 12% return on his investment. Anand is planning to hold these investments for a very long time, and the capital gains tax for equities or equity mutual funds is 10%. So I have entered 10% here. Similarly, there is no indexation on equities or equity mutual funds. So I put down 0% here. Once you enter all these details, the net post-tax return is 10.8%, and this 10.8% is copied as written in this table. As Anand is able to generate a return of 10.8% every year, by the end of first year, his investment of 46,800 rupees becomes approximately 52,000 rupees. So Anand has decided to subsequently continue availing this Section 80C tax exemption and investing it in equities and equity mutual funds. Let's quickly have a look at how the savings and the total returns look like. As you can see, Anand continued availing this exemption from the age he is 21 till he retired at 60 years. I am assuming that he will retire at 60 years in this example. So he continued claiming this exemption, and since he is in 30% tax slab, he is able to save 46,800 rupees every year. And he continued to invest that 46,800 rupees into equities and equity mutual funds, and is able to generate a return of around 12 percentage, which gives a post-tax return of 10.8 percentage. He did this for 40 years, and at the end of 40 years he is able to earn 2.8 crore rupees. As you can see on the screen, I repeat, he is able to earn 2.8 crore rupees. Now I'll also show you something which is more interesting. It took Anand nearly 30 years to make the first 1 crore. If you see on the screen, he is able to make the first 1 crore when he reached 50 years. He started investing when he is 21, and he made the first 1 crore by the time he is 50, so 30 years. But interestingly, from the time he is 51 till he is 60, he made 1.85 crores. So in the last 10 years, he made 1.85 crores. This is nothing but the power of compounding. The longer you save or the longer you invest, you end up generating very large returns. I'll show you the math for it as well. As you can see at the top, the total amount he is able to get at the end of 40 years is 2.85 crores, and he has just invested 18 lakh 72,000. If you take the summation of column F, which is the tax that he saved and invested into equities and equity mutual funds, it is just 18.7 lakh rupees. And this 18.7 lakh rupees, if I take it as a percentage of the total amount, it is just 6.6%. So he saved 6.6%, and he has gained around 93 to 94% of this 2.8 crore rupees as a return on his investment. Similarly, you can also check out the total amount that you would be able to make by entering your own details. Let's say you are in the 20% tax slab, then you would be able to make 1.9 crore rupees. Let's say you have got a return of 15%, then it becomes wow 4 crores. Let's say if you get a return of only 10%, then it becomes 1.1 crores. In this way, you can enter your own details and check out the amount that you would be able to receive at the end of your investment period. And a small note here, this amount that you receive at the end of your investment period is absolute money, but it is not inflation adjusted. So you have to take that into account as well. Okay, I think now you are very clear about how you can earn an additional 2.8 crore rupees using this section 80C. So in general as well, whenever you are comparing between two investment options, don't just directly compare the returns that are visible. On top of that, also look into the taxation of both the returns or interest and the principal amount. Also look into the indexation, because the final return is dependent on all these factors put together. I have put up a detailed video about how to evaluate returns for different investment options. Do check that out. If you like the content in this video, please like this video and comment on it. Also, please share it with your friends and do subscribe to Money Nook. Thank you and bye-bye.